What's up, guys? We are talking about credit card use, which is one of the factors for calculating your credit score. So the best way to think about your credit card use is if you have a limit of $1,000 and you have $100 on your credit card, you are using or utilizing 10% of your entire credit card limit. Now, you want your credit card utilization to be low because that basically tells the banks or whoever is looking at your credit score, we gave them some money, but they're being responsible and they're only using a small portion of it. So that's really how that is calculated, and that is actually very high impact. So you want your credit card utilization to be low. Now, that's not always possible though, right?
Yeah, it's not possible. And the interesting thing about this part of the credit score, this is actually like the one that you can change the quickest. Because you might have a really high use right now, but if you actually just start paying your bills off more frequently, then you can bring that down and it changes your score quickly, because it's basically the way that it's looking at it is different points throughout the month. It just takes a picture and it looks at all your credits, your credit cards, and any other, lines of debt that you have out, and it says, okay, how much are you using right now? And then it calculates a percentage. So again, back to your example, maybe you have $1,000 limit, and on the 5th of the month, you have $500 in charges racked up. Well, now you're at 50%. But if you pay that bill off, the next time it looks at it, and let's say you're now down to $30, then it's going to be like, oh, okay, well, now they're at 3%. So it changes pretty quickly. And obviously, as newcomers to credit, you're probably going to have a lot lower credit authorization because people don't know if they can trust you that much with it yet. So the best way to keep this low is to pay your bill very often, because you don't know exactly when they're going to take that snapshot of how much you have owed. But if you're paying your bill off all the time, it's never going to be that high. And if they do take a snapshot like, oh darn it, I missed my bill, or I missed paying my bill this week, it's not due till 3 weeks, but I forgot to pay it this week, and now I have like $500 in charges, and it says that my use is 50%. That's okay, because if you pay it next week when it looks at your snapshot, then it's going to be like, oh, you only have like 5%, and it brings your score right back up.
Gotcha. So that's kind of how it works. Something practical for you is when you're first getting started, because you don't have a big credit card limit, you're going to want to pay off your bill pretty frequently. Yeah. Even though we have a very big credit card limit because we have lots of credit cards, we still try to pay off our credit cards like once a week if possible. Yeah. And this just keeps that credit card use low. And then especially if you're a new card user, you're going to want to keep it paid off anyway because you don't have a very big limit. Yeah. Some first credit cards only have $500 to $1,000 limit.
Yeah, some even lower than that.
Some even lower. So you're going to want to pay it off right away anyway. But that's basically how you're going to keep that credit card that's a weird word.
Utilization.
That credit card use or utilization low. So don't stress about it. But we would recommend paying your bill off at least weekly, maybe even more when you first get started.
Yeah. And it's also important to note too, like, this doesn't mean you can't use your credit card.
Yes, you should be using your credit card.
Like people get confused. They're like, oh, I get in trouble if I use my credit card. Like, no, you could literally spend $900 of that $1,000 limit and then pay it off, and then it's at $0. The credit card use would be 0%.
Exactly. So use your credit card, but pay it off frequently, and that's going to keep that credit utilization low.
Yep.
We hope this helped and brought some clarity to this portion of how your credit card is, or your credit score is calculated. So we love you guys. Check out our next video for the next factor in how credit is calculated. We love you guys. Subscribe to this channel for more daily money tips. Bye.
Bye.